Thank you for joining us today for this micro learning video about self-care before, during, and after work. My name is Greg, and I have Philip and Heather with me today, and we're going to discuss some self-care strategies. So I'm going to start off talking about self-care before work. One of the things I realized when I got into this is you need to understand what is your preferred work schedule. Are you an early bird person, one of those high energetic people's temperament, like the Elmo and Starbucks IV type? Or are you a night owl, someone who might take a little more time to wake up in the morning? Me personally, I'm a night owl. And then I go into how I prepare for my workday. For me personally, I get things prepared at night, the night before. I lay my clothes out, I iron them, I take a shower the night before, I get my bag ready, I visit having sitting next to the door because I'm one of those wake up at the last minute kind of people. So I really feel like that's important to me. But are you one of those people who like to wake up early? Heather told us that she's one of those people who's really good at that. And I'm very impressed with her because I wouldn't make it if I got up and did everything the morning of. But regardless of whichever one you are, it's very important that you get enough sleep. I need 7 hours, 7 to 8. Anything more than 8, and I'm dragging throughout the day, 6 or less, and then I'm kind of struggling as well. So for me, that's my time. So you need to really know how much sleep that works for you to get your body feeling good when you wake up. In the morning, it's good to get your body moving. So when you get out of the bed, whether it's a big yawn, whether it's stretching, maybe some air squats, trying to get that blood flowing, the circulation in your body to get you moving, and that will really get you moving in the right direction. And then me personally, I have a morning routine. I go through, I do my bathroom routine first, and then I get dressed before I go to the kitchen and make a green shake, which I have every morning, which Philip, I know, coffee is the first thing he's got to have in the morning. He's got to get his coffee. So determining what that ritual is looks like for you. I think something that's very important as well is staying unplugged from your social media. Try not to reply to every text message you might have got that you missed the day before, getting on Facebook, these type of things. For me personally, if it's not that important of a text message, then I'm going to wait till after I've got my day started before I jump on it. I know I lose track of time while researching social media. And then for me, it's about starting my day prepared. I have to be prepared about what I'm getting into. Heather and I spoke about it's about structure, not harmony. Some people can get up and they can do yoga and these type of things, but for her family dynamics, it doesn't allow her to do that. She doesn't have time to stop and smell the roses. She's got kids. She's got to get dressed. She's got all these different things. And for me, I'm the same way. I'm a checklist type of person. So it's about setting my intention for the day, how to work to accomplish practical and realistic goals. Checklists are something that really help me get through the day. So for me, that's what that morning routine is about. My self-care is having that routine, really setting my day prepared by having that, setting my intentions by having my checklist prepared and ready to go. Heather, can you tell us about how you feel about during the workday?
Sure, absolutely. When I think about my workday, it might look a little different than some others that are out in the workforce because we all have the opportunity to work from home. We have a remote work environment. And so, when I am feeling a little overwhelmed or feeling a little stressed, I have the opportunity and even the luxury of standing up and going for a walk or going outside and just standing in the sun for a minute. But I think about those teachers that are in a classroom that may not have the ability just to walk away whenever they need that opportunity to have a break when they're feeling stressed or they're feeling overwhelmed with things that they're facing. So I think about some strategies I used when I was a teacher in a classroom, and it was about taking a moment to ground myself. Sometimes we meet the chaos level in the environment that we're at. We don't mean to, but that energy just happens. And then all of a sudden we see our energies rising. So if you're in a preschool classroom and all the children are hyper and running around and being a little overstimulated, your energy level and your stress level kind of joins that. So a grounding technique that I found that was helpful for me was just to notice 3 things in my environment that were, it seems very mundane, but they were there. So I might look to my left and say, I see a window. I might look ahead of me and say, I see some artwork. And I might look to my right and I say, I see a bookshelf. And it just kind of brings me back to where I am. And it helps me to just take a breath and to think through that. The other part of that is the breathing. Like I said, in our work at KIT, how often are we sharing with providers the importance of breathing and the importance of mindfulness. And so when children need to calm down, we know it's important for them to get that oxygen to their brain. Same thing for us. So are we taking a moment just to breathe? You could breathe in, count to 5, then blow it out. Just take those times to really mindfully breathe. You could even use some of the strategies that we recommend or that other professionals in the field have recommended. One of them that I know I've talked to Philip about before, and I talk to providers, is take 5 breathing, where you just simply trace your hand and you're breathing in on the up and you're blowing out on the down, and you're breathing in on the up and you're blowing out on the down. So that's a strategy that we will recommend to teachers regularly, but how about we do it ourselves and we can model it for them as well? So those are some things that I think about that can be helpful, and they really can be done no matter what your work environment looks like, whether you're in a classroom, whether you're in an office setting, whether you're in your home. So those are some things that I have found to be helpful for me. How about you, Philip? Do you have anything you want to add to that, or maybe even talk to us about some after work self-care?
So thanks, Heather. And Greg, we all get to work together so closely, even though we live really far apart. So having work allies is really important in my job, and I think in our job. It's one of my favorite things about working with kids. It's the people that we get to work with. And we maintain these relationships even though we're far apart. Some of us get to go and do visits together, and then some of us really are on an island. So I think my biggest tip is about selecting your work allies. And in work ally, I don't just say friends. I say these are the people that you can have shop talk with, that understand the context of what you experienced that day. Wow, we just sat through this amazing meeting and I have some feelings about it and I need to call somebody and debrief. And I need to know that that's going to be safe. So I think a work ally is someone that has 3 components for me. It's someone who I feel confident and comfortable sharing ideas with. It's also someone that I know is going to validate those feelings just with a, wow, I understand. And then there has to be reciprocity. There has to be a 2-way street. So I have to be able to stop and get out of my head and listen to you. So that's, I think, something that's really important in my after work care. And so Greg mentioned morning routines and rituals. I'm a yoga teacher, but it is not always conducive. I don't travel with a magic yoga mat in my backpack everywhere I go. No, I don't. And so it's not like I'm going to take a 5-minute breather to go and do a couple of sun salutations. But finding a space to breathe and using Heather's, I see a tree, I see a lamp. One of my songs that I've been listening to is all my favorite colors. I see the color blue. I see the color gray. The walls are purple, whatever it is in that moment, just to bring you back and ground you. Because when we're at a program, it feels like you're on Broadway. You're on all the time. You don't get to call intermission whenever you choose. It's usually timed by other people's needs. So having those work allies and being able to navigate those, being in the spotlight is important and how I would end my day.
And I just want to add on to that. You really sparked a thought in my mind, is that we are all in a helping profession, whether you're a teacher, whether you work for KIT, that's what we do in our life. And in order to help other people, we have to take care of ourselves. So it's that old adage of you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you help other people in an airplane. And so really self-care is about taking care of you so you can continue doing that good work of taking care of people. And taking care of you isn't selfish. I think that's the part we have to make sure that we really highlight.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Couple of things, Heather. When you say take a moment to focus on things, I don't know why I think like the Snickers commercials. Like you just got like you're, or like the mom who's just disengaged. Like kids are just running around screaming. All those Elmos. I think about the kids just running screaming. So I think that is important that you do find that focal point and say, okay, this is that, this is that. But I really like the breathing thing. Okay, tell me what it is again. So.
Okay, so you're going to put your hand up. It's called Take 5 breathing. And so you're tracing up your thumb, up your finger, you're going to breathe in. And then when you go down your thumb, you're going to go blow out. And you continue. So on the up, we're breathing in. And on the down, we're blowing out. And
I
so
think that is an
really,
excellent strategy.
yeah, it's really simple. You can do it with children. You can do it yourself. I know as a mom, sometimes I tell my kids I need to have a break. And so it's just modeling your needs for self-care. And I think that's really important.
Well, thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I think we had some great conversation and some content I think that people can use. I mean, from the breathing techniques to the allies. Philip, we've had many of the ally conversations. Heather, we've had ours as well. So it is important that you do select those people. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And have a good day. I'm using this all the time, especially my kids.